Okay guys, I'm fixing to go over the semester test review, but first I wanted to make this note. I want to make it very clear. On your semester test, you must show work. You must show work, okay? The test is going to be on Canvas. You will answer your questions, but you will also write out your work, okay, while you are going. You will email your pictures to me immediately after you submit the quiz on Canvas, okay? So, take the quiz, write out your work as you go, circle your answer on Canvas, go to the next question, write out your work, circle your answer, and keep going. As soon as you finish, snap a picture, maybe 2, maybe 3, however many pictures you need. Make sure they are clear pictures, very clear so that I can read them, and then email them to me as soon as you can. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go over this review. Now, the semester test itself is a little bit shortened version of this. It's not quite this long, but it's going to have the same sort of questions. If you need to pause this, if you need to rewind it, do that. Okay? So, for the first part 1, we're just solving equations. That means basically it has an equal sign. Okay, we're going to undo everything. So, right now, 5p means multiply. To undo that, we divide. 5 divided by 5 cancels. Bring down p. 40 divided by 5 is 8. For number 2, we want to undo this -7. To undo -7, you add 7. -7 plus 7 cancels. 12 plus 7 is 19. So x equals 19. Now, starting with number 3, the questions get just a little bit more difficult. This is where you have to remember where to start. Do I start with a 6 or do I start with a 3? You start with the one that is further away from your variable. So, this one's further. We're going to add 3. R over 6 equals 15 times by 6. R equals 15 times 6, that is 90. So R equals 90. Number 4, we want to add 9 first. Remember, leave this alone. These are the 2 things you got to get rid of. So you add 9, those cancel. 3u equals -21 plus 9 is -12. Divide by 3. -12 divided by 3 is -4. So u equals -4. For number 5, we want to get rid of these 2 things. Those are what's happening to our variable. It's being added and it's being divided. This one needs to go first, so we're going to subtract 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. -5 minus 5 is -10. Bring this down. Multiply by 4 to get rid of that. And then 4 times -10 is -40. Okay, for number 6. Out of these 2 things, we're going to start with our 14. We're going to multiply by 14 to get rid of that. -1 times 14 is -14. Last, you got to get rid of your 8, so you're going to add 8. And -14 plus 8 is -6. Okay, for number 7, we're going to start here. We're going to add 7. That gets rid of that. M over 4 equals 3 plus 7 is 10. Last, you just got to multiply by 4. 10 times 4 is 40. If you need to pause this and rewind it, you can. I know I'm going over this fast, but we spent a lot of time on this, okay? So I don't expect you guys to have too many questions on this. For number 8, we're going to add 7. Those cancel, but so do those, right? So I'm going to bring down 13x, bring down my equals. Them canceling is the same thing as there being 0 there. And then you're going to divide by 13. And 0 divided by 13 is 0. Okay, for number 9, out of these 2 things, we have to get rid of our 3 first. We know it's being multiplied, so we're going to divide by 3 to get rid of that. -33 divided by 3 is -11. And last, you just subtract 8. And -11 minus 8, I believe, is -19. That's your answer. Okay, for number 10, now this one's got a lot going on, but out of these three things, we're going to start with this one. It's the furthest away. We're going to times by 5. Okay, so 2x minus 5 equals 9 times 5 is 45. Then we add 5. 45 plus 5 is 50, and last divide by 2. 50 divided by 2 is 25. Okay, moving on. All right, number 11. Another one that's got a lot going on. Now, out of all of this stuff that's happening to the x, the 5, the 2, and the 4, this one is furthest away, so we're going to subtract 4. 54 minus 4 is 50. Now, out of these two things, next I would multiply by 2. 2 times 50 is 100. And last, divide by 5. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay, for number 12, you got two options. Some people like to distribute the 7. You don't have to do that here. You could divide by 7. Negative 63 divided by 7 is negative 9. I'm going to bring down everything else. And then you add 15. That should give you 6. Divide by 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3, so z equals 3. Okay, now we did not spend as much time on 13 through 18, so pay close attention, okay? We did do plenty of this, but we didn't spend as much time on it. What you want to do is you want to combine what you can over here, okay? So anything that has an x gets combined with anything else that has an x. So remember, 5x and x. This is the same thing as 1x. 5x plus 1x makes 6x. You can also combine these because neither one of them have an x at all. So 12 minus 10 would be positive 2. Now don't forget to solve this. This is an easy equation. All you got to do is subtract 2. That gives you 42. Divide by 6. So x equals 7. The main thing here is this step here, being able to combine like terms. You should be able to go after that. For number 14, same thing. We want to combine these. Remember, this has a 1 there. So 3x minus 1x would be 2x. And then you're going to combine 13 and 7. Since they're both positive, 13 plus 7 would be 20. Positive 20. And then you just solve the equation. Subtract 20. That would give you 28 equals 2x. Divide by 2. That should give you 14, I believe. All right, let's go to number 15. Now, 15 and 16, when you want to combine your variables, if they are on different sides of the equal sign, you have to move one of them, okay? We did this. You want to move one of them. It doesn't matter which one you move. I usually move the smaller one. So I would maybe subtract 10a, if that's the one that I want to move. 10a minus 10a makes 0. They cancel. 13a minus 10a would be 3a. Bring down negative 4, bring down equals, bring down 17. And again, you should know how to solve the equation from here. It's that first step that's important. Move one of these. Now we're going to add 4. That gives us 21. Divide by 3. So a equals 7. Same thing with 16. You want to get these guys together, pick one of them and move it. I'm going to move this one by subtracting it. 8x minus 7x is 1x. Bring down plus 4 equals 15. Subtract 4. 15 minus 4 is 9. Divide by 1. Those cancel. 9 divided by 1 is still 9. Alright, and then two more here with our equations before we go to the inequalities. Whenever you have something in front of the parentheses like this and something else, here's where it is a good time to distribute. Okay, so I'm going to distribute the 2 Remember, distribute means multiply. So I'm going to do 2 times 6, that would be 12. 2 times 2x would be 4x. And I'm going to bring down my minus sign. And then I'm going to bring down plus 3 equals 33. Now, there's a couple of ways you can go from this. You can combine these two, or you can just start moving them to the other side. You can subtract 12, get rid of that. 33 minus 12 is 21. Subtract 3. Remember, I'm saving this for last because it's closest to x. This gives me 18. And then last, you want to divide by negative 4. And 18 divided by negative 4 is negative 4.5. Alright, again, here we want to distribute. The reason that we want to distribute is because we got something extra here. So you're just going to bring it down. 3 times x is 3x. Bring down your plus. 3 times 5 is 15. Bring down your plus. Okay, now here's where you want to combine these. 2x plus 3x is 5x. Bring down your 15 and your 45. Now it's an easy equation. Subtract 15. 45 minus 15 is 30. Divide by 5. X equals 6. Alright, these last few here, this is what should be pretty recent on your mind because the last few weeks have been doing this, okay? So when you're solving inequalities, you want your variable to be on the first side of the equation like it is here. Then you just solve it like normal. To get rid of minus 6, you plus 6. N is less than or equal to, this should give us negative 8. There's my answer. Don't forget to graph it. On the test, you'll have to graph it. So we're going to fill in our circle because we have the line underneath, or equal to, and then less than is that way. For number 20, first thing we want to do is we want to flip this around and then flip your sign as well. Just divide by 13. Bring down your sign. 156 divided by 13 is 12. There we go. Come to your graph, fill it in, less than. For 21, first thing we want to do is we want to flip this around. Move the x over negative 4. Move your negative 3, just completely flip them. Flip your sign when you do that. Now we want to multiply by negative 4. And remember, when you multiply by a negative number, flip the sign. So even though we already flipped it, we have to flip it again. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Again, fill in your circle. This time we're going that way. For this one, again, we want to get x where it's supposed to be. So we're going to take all of this and we're going to move it over here. We're going to move our 1 and then we're going to flip our sign. Out of these two things, we know we start with multiplying by 15 to get rid of that. Since we multiply by a positive 15, that's why I'm keeping my sign. And then last, you just add 9. X is greater than, I believe, 24. This time we are not going to fill it in because it's just greater than, and then it goes that way. For number 23, x is already where it's supposed to be, so we're going to add 4. Negative 11x, bring this down, that should give us negative 11. Now we divide by negative 11. What's that? We need to flip our sign because we divided by a negative. Flip it. That should give us positive 1. Boom. Boom. Okay. A few more. We are almost done. So, on this one, my variable is good. First thing I want to do is times by 3. Since I multiplied by a positive, I'm going to leave this the same. 4 times 3 is 12. And then subtract 8. 12 minus 8 is 4. There we go. And there's my graph. Now 25, I don't know what happened here, but this was supposed to be a less than or equal to sign. That was weird that that happened, but oh well. So first thing is I want to get all of this to this side over here. Keep it in its order. Okay, keep it in order. Just move it to the other side. -4 parentheses 3 plus x. Move -32 to this side. Flip your sign. Okay, now we want to divide by -4. I'm going to bring down this. I'm going to flip my sign because I divided by a negative. It gives me +8. And subtract 3. X is less than or equal to 5. Fill it in that way. Okay, and then a couple of word problems. Now on the test, I think these are the only ones on the test that are actually multiple choice, okay? So you don't really have to show work here. We have fewer than 40 cats in the barn. Remember, you always want your variable to be first. Fewer means less than, so we have less than 40 cats in the barn. X is less than 40. For number 27, I have at least $50 on this gift card. So I'm going to use M for money. Money. My money is at least $50. So it is $50 or more than. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 50. Remember, anytime you have at least, you're going to use this sign. For number 28, I am going to weigh no less than. Now, if you say no less than, that means not less than. Anything that's not less than must be greater than. So, I'm going to weigh greater than 300 pounds. Now, it says no less than, so could I weigh 300? Sure I could, so it could be greater than or equal to. 29, John can run at least 10 laps. Again, at least is always greater than or equal to, so he can run at least greater than or equal to 10 laps. Alright, and then the last one, the maximum speed is 55 miles an hour, so I'm going to use S for speed. Can you drive more than 55? No, you must keep it less than 55, or equal to 55. So, that got away from me there, less than or equal to. Alright, one more reminder. You must show work on the semester test. On the test in Canvas, I have given you plenty of reminders to write down your work. You will send me pictures of your work when you get finished, okay? If you do not send me pictures, you will do badly on this test. At least half of the points are coming from showing me work, okay? You also have to show me your work for the graphs, okay? So those problems where you have to graph them, you have to do that on your paper. If you guys have any questions about any of these, let me know, all right? I will not be at school for the next few days. I am stuck at home. So if you need something, let me know and I will get back with you as soon as I can, okay? I will be available anytime throughout the school day.